Hey everyone, it's Lee with MBIT or Married Black and in Tech, and today I'm here with another video to tell you how I passed the AWS certs, how long it took, and what I used to study for those. But first things first, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I was gonna sing the song, but I was like, you know what, let's not do that. Also, cause like real talk, like RIP. But anyway, so in this video again, let's talk about some of those things. So the AWS is Amazon Web Services, for those who don't know, for those who are cloud curious. They're the leader in cloud right now. They've been doing it for a long time. As the CEO says, there's no compression algorithm for experience. So if you're looking to kind of get into cloud, AWS is a great option. It's not the only option. A lot of other major cloud providers have their cloud as well. You know, Google Cloud, Azure, Microsoft. You also have Oracle, IBM. A lot of different companies have cloud. In the end though, cloud computing is going to be the wave of the future. Most companies are going to get rid of their on-premises things at some point, or they're going to switch to at least a hybrid model, which means they'll have some of their data on premises and some of their data in the cloud. So it kind of depends on their regulations. But let's skip ahead and let's go ahead and do what we're doing. So again, AWS has a few certifications. There's a lot of different certifications. So when we say, oh, I want to get my AWS cert, that's kind of like, you know, a very broad and very general thing to say. So generally for people who are kind of interested in going into cloud, the first cloud certification people mostly go for is the Certified Cloud Practitioner. Now this is going to be the foundational cloud certification for AWS. We're going to go over just the basics of what the services are, some core services are. I mean, there's over 200 services, so there's no way you're gonna know all of them. No one can, no matter how many years, no matter how much they tell you they've been doing it. No one knows all the services. So you start with that cloud practitioner, and that kind of gives you, at least helps you with that understanding on a general basis of what AWS offers. And then from there, a lot of people go after the Solutions Architect Associate. And then from there, Solutions Architect Professional. Now I'm gonna post a link where it's gonna help you kind of choose which certs you wanna use, which certs you wanna go after for your journey or for your particular journey. There's things around machine learning, there's stuff around data analytics, there's certifications around SysOps and DevOps as well, and developer associates. So for me, I have about 4 AWS certs, and I got my 4 certs in the past year. I actually, for those who don't know, just started working for AWS a little over a year ago. And this is my first job in the cloud. This is my first time even touching the cloud. And in that time, I've gotten my cloud practitioner, I've gotten my Solutions Architect Associate, my security specialty, and my Solutions Architect Professional. And next on the roadmap is going to be analytics and developer associates. So for all of these, I've used the same strategy. I'm getting a lot of people asking me like, how long does it take? How do we pass it? So I just want to kind of share you my strategy. So first things, the gold standard in a sense for these type of exams are going to be for preparation are going to be some Udemy courses. So Udemy courses by Stephane Maarek. He has a course for like every different certification. And he's really good. He goes into detail. It's very good for your overview of all the material. It helps you kind of get introduced to what the services are. It gets your brain going. Now, if you're like me, you can't just learn from just watching the videos only. You kind of have to get hands-on. So there are those hands-on options where you can use AWS.workshops to kind of get some practice as well. Another thing, I like to kind of speak on with the Udemy courses is they're a lot cheaper than some other things. I mean, there are boot camps out there for those who are interested in doing boot camps for the accountability that can kind of train you and help you with those things. There's also ACloudGuru, which is a little more expensive, but they're gonna give you access to a plethora of different training, even just beyond AWS certifications. So, for my cloud practitioner, I actually did the ACloudGuru cloud practitioner course. For all other certifications, I did Stephane Maarek's Udemy course, which was really good actually. But again, I listen to stuff in like 2 times speed too, so it's hard to say how long it's gonna take. It's gonna depend on you. And I will go on that a little bit later. So the thing that was really, really important though, for me passing those exams was really doing practice exams. You have to take practice tests, those to get familiar and get comfortable with the question format of everything. So for those, I recommend TutorialsDojo. Now I'm gonna post a link for that as well. TutorialsDojo has pretty much it's like $11 to $15 for just a group of tests that you can take, and they're going to do it in timed mode, practice mode, and review mode. Now my personal favorite is going to be review mode, and that's the mode I recommend that you use if you're going to be studying for any certification and practicing for those exams. So usually the steps would be you do a course of your choosing. So that can be through a whole bunch of them. I'm going to post some in the link. But again, the ones I'm familiar with, the one that I used was the Udemy course by Stephane and Maarek. You did that course first, and then also ACloudGuru. And after that, I started doing practice exams. Get familiar with the topics, get a brief overview, 100 level, 200 level of everything, and then practice it in actual testing. You want to get comfortable with it. You want to get understanding of the pacing. You want to get used to that timing. But review mode was my absolute favorite version or mode for practice exams on TutorialsDojo. And the reason for that is because as you answer the questions, it's going to then tell you a very, very detailed explanation on what answer is correct and why it's correct, and then why the wrong answers are incorrect. And really, the fact of seeing why the answers that were incorrect was a little bit more beneficial than even seeing why the answers you were correct, because it really just gets your brain just to think like, okay, hey, this combination of services, it doesn't work, or you start to get the logic of things, and you start to find that there's just like this cadence or this like pattern of question and answer format where you're going to say, okay, if I look for this type of wording in the question, then usually that's going to mean this. So for example, if you're looking for something that is a durable storage, for people who've already kind of been doing it, if you're looking for something that in the scenario the question says, hey, I'm looking for a durable storage, that's going to be S3. So it's a pretty simple, one, for example. If you're looking for something that says like, oh, it's data warehousing, and you have some options below that are saying things around, oh, how about Redshift, or how about S3 or EC2? Well, you know that if you know that Redshift is data warehousing service, you can already eliminate S3, you can eliminate EC2, you can eliminate other answers. So really you want to get good at being able to eliminate why other answers are incorrect so that you can then choose the one that is correct. So testing is a little bit of like a game in a sense where it's not going to always be that you've exemplified extreme knowledge in that area or a mastery of that area. Sometimes it's just being able to know how to be resourceful and eliminate certain answers. So that's going to be really important for you as well. Now, let's talk about how long it could take you. Now, for me in particular, it took me about 30 to 45 days of studying per exam. Now, after a while, as I kind of, with each exam, it was like the courses didn't really make sense to keep going all the way in completion. It would be more so I would buy a Udemy course, or I would go and look at the videos of the services that I feel like I needed more details on. I began to kind of do a reversal where I would do the practice exams first. So from cloud practitioner to solutions architect associate, I did the exam, I did the courses, and then I did the practice exams. When it came to my solutions architect professional and my security specialty, at this stage, I've done so many of these courses, so after a while it gets repetitive. It's the same services. It just increases in the difficulty of the type of question and the depth of the type of question for the solutions architect professional and the security specialty and any other specialty certifications. So from that regard, it was like I would take a practice exam first, and then I would see, well, what area was I weak in? Now with TutorialsDojo, it's going to break up everything by domain, which is exactly how it's broken up in the real exam. It's going to tell you the areas that you're weak in. So if you're weak at building resilient things, or you're weak at cost optimization type questions, you can then focus in on those particularly. So again, TutorialsDojo it was amazing. That's definitely something I recommend. And I don't get paid by any of these people, just so you know, that disclaimer there. Which I should probably look and see if there's any way I could get paid, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be clicking it. But again, that's kind of how that works. So 30 to 45 days per exam for me. It also depends on how fast you listen to it and what speed you listen to. Like I have a video speed controller plugin for my browser, so I listen to videos in sometimes 2 times speed. So it may be a 12-hour course and I'm getting it done in like 6 to 8 hours. Granted, that's only if for you. If you're gonna listen to it the full at one, I recommend that you just listen to what your comfort level is. Now, if I missed anything or there's anything you want more clarification on, please feel free to comment on this video. I want to put some stuff in the description on the different links again to TutorialsDojo, some other free resources, and then of course you want to get some hands-on practice in general, because I have to say this: certifications don't mean that you can do the job. They certify that you have the capacity to learn that job, and they do look good to employers. But when you get on the job, you want to know what you're doing. So I recommend that even when you get a certification, even if you just decided, hey, I'm going to study, I'm going to get certifications, make sure you're practicing and doing labs. getting in the console and playing with it and be a builder. You want to build to really, solidify your understanding of things. In fact, you're going to learn so much more from doing projects than you would from just studying theory, because you would have had to troubleshoot and you'd have had to go through the stress of not understanding why some architecture or something, or some services that you're trying to put together aren't working. So I encourage you, if you're looking to get into cloud, AWS is a great cloud to kind of go. It's the largest cloud in the market. It's most sought after. Most companies are using it. But don't stop there. Be interested, be curious, learn to be curious, and look at choose for you. Choose what's best for you. Again, I'll post some things, and until then, bye.